Major Social Security overhaul takes effect. May 4th, everything retirees need to know. Right now. Something significant just shifted for tens of millions of retired Americans, and it happened with very little warning. If you're a Social Security recipient, if you're waiting on a federal payment, or if you've been keeping a close eye on your finances this spring, pause whatever you're doing right now. Because starting May 4th, 2026, a wave of official changes have taken effect that could directly affect how much money lands in your account, when that money arrives, and whether you still qualify for certain types of assistance. This is verified information. This is not exaggerated. This is not designed to get clicks. And over the next several minutes, I'm going to break down every important detail in straightforward, everyday language. No government jargon, no complicated legal terminology, just clear, honest information that actually applies to your life. Welcome back, everyone. And if this is your first time joining us, this channel exists for one reason: to keep older Americans informed, financially aware, and protected from the confusion that surrounds federal benefit programs. Every single week, we cover Social Security developments, IRS policy shifts, federal assistance programs, and payment updates. What we're discussing today ranks among the most consequential topics we've addressed this entire year. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that right now, because the information we share here is exactly the kind of thing you'll want delivered straight to you on a regular basis. All right, let's jump right in. Here's something that surprises a lot of people. The federal government doesn't hold a press conference every time a policy is adjusted. Nobody calls you personally. No letter goes out to every household, and by the time the average retiree realizes something has changed, those changes are already influencing their monthly payment. That's precisely why this channel exists. The adjustments that officially became active on May 4th, 2026, affect three major areas. First, the method used to calculate benefits for certain groups of Social Security recipients has been revised. Second, the IRS has introduced updated rules that apply directly to seniors who file taxes or receive benefits subject to taxation. And third, there's a federal assistance update that determines who is eligible for additional financial support throughout the rest of this year. But here's the piece that often gets overlooked. Not every one of these changes works against you. Several of them could actually increase what you receive each month, but only if you're aware of them, and only if you take the right steps before the window closes. Let's start at the beginning. Earlier this year, both Congress and the Social Security Administration locked in a series of adjustments that became fully active this month. The first change, and it's a significant one, involves updated benefit calculation rules specifically targeting a defined group of retirees. If you spent any portion of your career working in the public sector, as a teacher, law enforcement officer, firefighter, or any type of government employee, the formula used to determine your Social Security payment has undergone a major transformation. Two long-standing federal rules, known as the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset, had historically reduced or outright eliminated Social Security payments for millions of public workers who also received a government pension. Both of those provisions have now been fully repealed. Repealed entirely. What that means in practical terms is that individuals whose benefits were previously cut because of a pension they earned through public service are no longer subject to those deductions. Thousands of retirees are now seeing their monthly deposits increase by several $100s. Here's the critical detail, though. This adjustment is not being applied automatically to every qualifying account at the same time. The Social Security Administration is working through these updates in batches. If you believe you fall into this group and you have not yet received a revised benefit notice or noticed a change in your direct deposit amount, you must reach out to the SSA directly or log into your account at ssa.gov to review your current status. We'll walk through the exact steps you should take a little further into today's broadcast, so stay with us. Let me give you a real-world example of what this actually looks like for someone living through it. Picture a 71-year-old woman, we'll call her Dorothy, a retired second-grade teacher from Ohio who spent 32 years in the classroom. Before her teaching career, she worked jobs that were covered by Social Security, so she expected to receive a reasonable benefit when she retired. But when she finally filed her claim, she was informed that her monthly payment would be significantly reduced because of the pension she received through the state teachers' retirement system. The result was roughly $400 less every month than she had counted on. For Dorothy, that difference wasn't abstract. It was her prescription medications, her weekly groceries, her winter heating bill. Dorothy's experience is far from unique. Approximately 3.2 million Americans were negatively affected by those two provisions over the years. And now, those individuals are finally receiving the full benefit they earned. If what happened to Dorothy sounds like your situation, or the situation of someone close to you, then what we're covering today could genuinely be the most important information you encounter this month. Now let's move into the tax side of things, because this is an area where a lot of seniors are caught completely off guard. For the 2025 tax year, the return you filed this past spring, the IRS made meaningful adjustments to the standard deduction available to filers who are 65 and older. But what doesn't get nearly as much attention is this. The IRS has also revised its framework around how Social Security benefits get taxed, and the changes to those thresholds carry real weight. Under the previous structure, single filers with combined income above $25,000 and married couples with combined income exceeding $32,000 could have up to 85% of their Social Security benefits included in their federally taxable income. Now, while those baseline thresholds haven't disappeared entirely, the IRS has created new relief provisions targeting low and moderate income senior filers that can meaningfully reduce the taxable portion of your benefits, provided you know exactly how to claim them. Here's what you need to have on your radar right now. Point 1. If Social Security is your only income source, you almost certainly owe nothing in federal taxes. However, depending on your state of residence and your full income picture, you may still be required to file a return. Point 2. If you're drawing a small pension, picking up part-time work, or collecting any investment income alongside your Social Security, the updated IRS worksheet designed specifically for senior filers in 2026 could lower what you owe or even result in a refund being issued to you. Point 3. The IRS has expanded access to the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, commonly called VITA, with a particular emphasis on older adults. This service provides free, in-person tax preparation support. If you didn't take advantage of it this past season, make a note of it for next year. It has the potential to save you hundreds of dollars. Before we go any further, I need to stop and deliver a warning that I consider absolutely essential. Whenever major news breaks around Social Security or IRS policy updates, fraudsters immediately start working overtime. Right now, there are credible reports of phone calls, deceptive text messages, and convincing-looking mailers being sent to seniors claiming they must verify their Social Security number or confirm their direct deposit details in order to receive an updated payment. Do not engage with any of this. The Social Security Administration will never contact you by phone and ask you to provide your Social Security number. The IRS will never demand immediate payment over the phone or instruct you to pay anything using a gift card. If you receive any contact fitting that description, hang up, delete it, and file a report with the Federal Trade Commission at reportfraud.ftc.gov. Your benefits are secure, but only when you actively protect them. All right, now let's get into the topic that generates the most questions in our comment section: relief payments, supplemental federal checks, and direct financial assistance programs. Here is the straightforward truth. As of May 2026, there is no universal federal stimulus payment that has been authorized for all Americans. If anyone is telling you that a $1,400 or $2,000 check is on the way to every household, that is simply not accurate at this time. That said, and this distinction genuinely matters, there are targeted assistance programs currently active that enormous numbers of seniors don't even know about. Program number 1 is the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, known as LIHEAP. Federal funding for this program has been renewed for 2026. If high utility costs are straining your monthly budget, you may be eligible for direct financial help covering heating, cooling, and energy expenses. Qualification is income-based, and many seniors who assume they earn too much are actually surprised to find they qualify. Program number 2 is the Extra Help program available through Medicare Part D. This initiative is specifically designed to assist seniors with the cost of prescription medications. If you're on a fixed income and paying for drugs out of pocket, enrolling in Extra Help could reduce your annual prescription costs by as much as $5,000. That is not a misprint. $5,000. And despite how impactful that number is, millions of eligible seniors have never enrolled. Program number 3 involves the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, commonly called SNAP. The income eligibility thresholds were quietly updated in 2026, which means some seniors who were previously denied benefits may now qualify under the revised guidelines. If you applied in prior years and were turned away, it is genuinely worth submitting a new application. These are not hypothetical or pending programs. Each one is funded, operational, and actively accepting new applications as you watch this. Now let's confirm your May Social Security payment schedule, because knowing your exact date is something every recipient should have clearly in mind. May 2026 payments are being distributed according to your birth date, exactly as they always are. If your birthday falls between the 4th and the 10th of any month, your May payment was processed on Wednesday, May 8th. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, your payment is scheduled for Wednesday, May 15th. If your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your deposit is coming on Wednesday, May 22nd. And for those who receive Supplemental Security Income, SSI, your May payment was issued on May 4th, which marked the first official business day of the month. If your payment has not arrived within 3 business days of your scheduled date, don't delay in taking action. Reach out to the Social Security Administration right away. Payment delays can sometimes point to an outdated mailing address, a banking account issue, or a flag on your record that needs prompt attention. Now that you have the full picture, let's walk through exactly what you should do next. Step 1. Log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov. If you haven't created one yet, do that today. It's the quickest way to verify whether your benefit amount has been updated, confirm your upcoming payment dates, and review your official benefit statement. Step 2. If any portion of your career was spent working in a public sector role, call the SSA directly and ask specifically whether you qualify for a benefit adjustment connected to the recent repeal of the WEP and GPO provisions. Have your employment history and pension documentation available when you call. Step 3. Look into the Extra Help program through Medicare Part D. You can begin an application at ssa.gov or by calling 1-800-772-1213. This single action could produce dramatic savings on what you pay for medications every month. Step 4. Go to benefits.gov and search for every federal program you might be eligible for based on your age, income level, and household circumstances. Thousands of seniors are leaving real money unclaimed simply because they don't know these programs are available to them. Step 5. Share this video. If you know a parent, a neighbor, a friend, a fellow congregation member, or anyone else who is a senior living on a fixed income, they need this information now, not at some point down the road. I want to take a moment and speak with you directly, person to person. We understand that many of you watching right now are carrying a heavy load. Grocery prices keep rising, medical bills pile up, and there's a quiet but persistent worry about whether your benefits will stretch far enough from one month to the next. You spent decades working. You contributed to this system faithfully, and you have every right to receive the full amount you're owed, on schedule, without stress, and without confusion. That is the entire reason this channel exists. Not to alarm you, not to sell you a product or a service, but purely to make sure you have access to the right information at the right moment. And this particular month, that information has the very real potential to improve your financial circumstances in a meaningful way. Let's quickly recap everything we covered before we wrap up. Number 1, Social Security benefit increases are being rolled out for public sector retirees following the full repeal of the WEP and GPO provisions. Log into your account and check your status now. Number 2, the IRS has updated its provisions for senior filers, which could reduce your tax liability or generate a refund. Look into the VITA program for free professional assistance. Number 3, no universal stimulus check has been confirmed, but targeted programs including Extra Help and the newly expanded SNAP program are fully operational and accepting applications today. Number 4, May payment dates are confirmed and set. Know your scheduled date, keep an eye on your account, and report any delays without hesitation. Number 5, scammers are highly active right now. Never give your social security number, banking information, or any personal financial details to anyone who reaches out to you without prior contact. If today's video gave you useful, actionable information, please tap the thumbs up button right now. It takes less than a second and it helps us reach other seniors who need exactly this kind of coverage. And if you have questions about anything we discussed, leave them in the comments section. We read through every response and we genuinely work to reply as often as possible. Coming up on this channel, we're going to dig into the Medicare changes arriving this summer that most seniors won't discover until it directly affects their coverage. We're also covering a little-known IRS credit for older adults that could put actual money back in your pocket before the calendar year is over. You won't want to miss either of those. If you're not yet part of this community, hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're alerted the moment new content goes live. This channel was built for you, to keep you informed, keep you protected, and keep you financially confident, regardless of what federal policy changes come next. Navigating this system is not simple. The rules shift quickly, and the information you need is often buried somewhere between dense government websites and pages of fine print. But you do not have to sort through all of it alone. Stay informed, stay alert, and always remember, you earned every single one of these benefits, every last cent of them. That's everything for today's broadcast. I'm Ramisha, and this has been your dependable source for senior financial news.